Hey everybody, hello, welcome. My name is Meliss here at mycoachmeliss.com. I'm an author, health and life coach, and you can join me weekly Tuesdays, Eastern Standard Time at 11 a.m. for Push Positive Live. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited, and we're going to get started with our topic today, which is self-acceptance. And in my Push Positive Live broadcast, what I like to do is start with a breathing exercise. But before we even do that, I'm so excited to be able to invite you to something really cool that I'm hosting that's coming up. It's a live coaching session. It's called the 45-Minute Mindset Breakthrough, and it's taking place live next Tuesday, May 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's only 100 seats available, so you have to register for your seat, and you have to make sure that you show up. Share this video on your wall so you can invite your friends to come join you. It's going to be epic. The 45-Minute Mindset Breakthrough is a live coaching session by me. I'm going to teach you so much awesome stuff. It's going to be full of a wealth of information. You're going to be blown away. You're going to learn more in this 45 minutes than most people ever know or experience. We're going to open up your eyes to all the positive opportunities and experiences in your life. I'm going to give you a whole new perspective to view life from. And so if you're feeling stuck or you're struggling, or even if you just feel stressed out, you definitely want to be here. So mark your calendars next Tuesday, 8 p.m., May 22nd, Eastern Standard Time. A live coaching session by me, my coach Meliss. So definitely check it out and mark your calendars. The link is go.mycoachmeliss.com/live-webinar- reg. And don't worry, I'm going to pop it into the comments when I'm done here on this broadcast. My camera today is a little cuckoo. I don't know why. I've tried to adjust every single thing that I can, and I'm still a little lopsided. So it is what it is. Today, we're talking about self-acceptance. And of course, the breathing exercise that I chose for today has to do with that. So self-acceptance, oh my goodness, so many people struggle with this. We struggle with this when we're feeling down. We struggle with this when we're feeling frustrated or stressed out, or we just have way too many things on our plate and we're overwhelmed and we don't know what to do. And I am the queen of overwhelm because I am the busiest person that everyone who knows me knows. They always tell me that. You're so busy. You're the busiest person I know. So I'm really excited to dive into today's topic. But part of calming yourself down, part of settling yourself and getting into this mindset to be ready to experience life in a different way starts with breathing, with meditating, with settling your thoughts and your mind so that you're ready to actually open up your world to a new perspective. Thanks everyone for being on. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited that you're here joining me today. So our breathing exercise, let's just hop right into it. I'm sitting up nice and tall. I want you to sit up nice and tall too if you're sitting or if you're lying down. Lay down in a bed with your palms facing up by your sides. If you're driving, do not close your eyes. Don't do it. And we're going to just start by breathing. So you want to have a nice long spine, and we're going to breathe in and breathe out at your own pace. In today's breathing exercise, it's not about how long it takes you to breathe in and exhale and inhale. It's more about what you're thinking while you're breathing. So what I want you to think about when you're breathing in, when you take a nice cleansing breath, I want you to think, I calm the feelings I am experiencing now. So whatever is going on in your life, whatever is happening outside of this little bubble that we are creating right now together, let it go, ignore it, and I want you to close your eyes and take a nice inhale and a nice exhale, let it go. And just clear the air. Inhale nicely with me. And exhale. Great. And with each inhale, I want you to think to yourself, I calm the feelings that I'm experiencing now. So do it with me. Inhale and think. I calm the feelings I'm experiencing now. And when you exhale, I want you to say and think the same thing. I calm the feelings that I'm experiencing now. Now, you don't actually say it because you're going to be breathing. I'm saying it for you so you can think it, but you're going to be thinking it in your head here. So I calm the feelings I am experiencing now. As you inhale, you think this. As you exhale, you think this. Now, here's the trick. That sounds easy, right? When you're actually doing it, it can be really challenging because, yeah, you'll think about, I calm the feelings that I'm experiencing now, whatever, Meliss, whatever. But I have all this work I need to finish, or I have my kids that are running around the house driving me nuts, or I have this to take care of, or I have a project that's due. And these little thoughts are going to be popping into your head while you're doing this. But this is the trick. Every time a thought pops into your head that's not the thought of I calm the feelings I'm experiencing now, you need to stop yourself. Boom. Nope. I'm thinking about this. I calm the feelings I'm experiencing now. So any worry that you have, any frustration, any overwhelm, all the troubles that you're thinking about or things that are going on in your life or the lives of people that are very close to you, in this moment, right here, you're going to let it go. It's not going to affect you because you need to take a small chunk of time from your day and devote it to self-care. And that's what we're doing right now. So inhale with me. Think I calm the feelings that I'm experiencing now, and exhale with me. Think I calm the feelings that I'm experiencing now. And hopefully, if you did this, you feel much calmer. And if you don't, when this video is over, go do it again. And every time that you're feeling frustrated or you want to rip your hair out or you want to scream at family members, okay, maybe you need to do it and then do this, or stop yourself from doing it and do this first. So before you just unleash your chaos and your craziness and all that bottled up frustration, calm your nerves, take a moment of self-care, and calm the feelings that you're experiencing now. All right, let's hop into our topic. Our topic today is self-acceptance. And I picked this topic because one of my subscribers had suggested it and asked me to please cover this topic. So if someone out there is struggling with something, you know you can email me at meliss@mycoachmeliss.com. I'd love to hear from you. You can comment below. I love to hear from you guys. If you're struggling with something, you want me to cover it, that's what I'm here for. For some reason, I can't see comments while I'm going live, so I will pop back in here and do that. If you're watching live, type live in the comments right now. And if you're watching the replay, type replay in the comments right now. So let's dive into self-acceptance because it's something that we all struggle with at some point in our lives. You've either struggled with it before, you're dealing with it now, or unfortunately, you might get to feel that way, uncomfortable, not really loving yourself, not feeling like you're your best sometime soon in the near future. So let's combat that right now and figure out what it means, why it's important, and what you can do to love yourself and accept yourself just the way that you are. So what is self-acceptance? Well, self-acceptance is this overwhelming feeling, this satisfaction, this ability to feel happiness about yourself. That means that you are able to love and understand yourself with a realistic view that's both good and bad, your whole being, a realistic view of your whole self, the good, the bad, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole package. You're a whole package deal. And it's so important that you do love and accept yourself because guess what, guys? Out of everyone in the whole entire world, you are the only person that you have to live with at every single moment of your life for the rest of your life. So if you dislike yourself, if you loathe yourself, if there's things about you that you really struggle with and you really are uncomfortable about and you just really don't like these parts of you, you're going to be stuck with that for the rest of your life. And we have to learn to love this life because we're here. So you might as well love it while you're here, right? You can't not be here, so you gotta love it while you're here. And that's why it's important. It's self-care, it's good for your mental health, and we all struggle with things. Even I struggle with things. And even today, I'm struggling with things. So just because I'm happy and I'm positive doesn't mean I'm subhuman. I'm human. And when you're human, you're having a human experience. So because you have this human experience, let's make the best of it while we can, right? So it's you being aware of what you are, who you are, and what makes who you are. All the good and all the bad. So it's really important that you accept that, because if you don't accept that, you're constantly struggling with yourself. You're constantly unhappy with yourself, or not good enough, or just feeling like, I hate myself. So you have to accept it so that you can understand how to use your weaknesses to your advantage. And you can learn how to help others that may be struggling with the same things as you. Or you can learn to overcome these things and grow through them and become a stronger, better version of yourself. And you can't do any of those things if you don't first accept who you are. We're all different. We're all unique. We all have our quirks. We all have things that we're not too great at. And that's okay. That's what makes us special. So let's love that part about us. Let's accept that part about us. So self-acceptance is something that you can nurture. It's a skill that you learn over time. Babies aren't born with, woo, I just made it down the birth canal. I'm amazing. I'm the best baby in this world. And life is amazing and everything's great. They don't have that. Babies don't have that. You have to learn how to move through this life. And as soon as somebody tells you, oh, you suck, or I'm going to make fun of you, or I'm going to bully you, or you're not good at this, that really takes a toll on us. So if you're constantly fighting, or you have people in your life who are not supportive, it's really hard to overcome that. So that power and that strength needs to come from within you, so that no matter what's going on around you, no matter what the problems are in your life, no matter what people are saying to you, you still have this core, solid rock of strength from within you that can ignite a power that only you can unleash. So that's what self-acceptance is. It's a skill that you have to learn. It's like a muscle that you have to keep working at, just like lifting a weight. You could have awesome arm muscles, but if you don't lift weights for 6 months, you don't have awesome arm muscles anymore. But if you do it every day and you constantly are working it, then you're going to get stronger and you're going to be healthier and you're going to be able to overcome things that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. So same thing goes for self-acceptance. You have to work on it. It's a skill. And when you don't work on it, it gets harder and harder and harder to overcome. And that's what happens sometimes when we're adults and we've spent all of our lives not liking who we are. We have a lot of work to do because we have a lot of work to undo and then a lot more work to grow beyond that. So start now, start today. What I want you to do is make a list of your strengths. If you don't know that you have strengths because you're like so depressed right now, I want you to go around to people who are close to you, people that communicate with you. I want you to talk to your coworkers, your family, your brother, your sister, a friend, and ask them, hey, what are one of my strengths? What am I good at? What do you think of me that in a positive way? Because if you can't think of these things on your own, it doesn't mean they don't exist. It means you're not opening your eyes. You're not seeing things from a different perspective. So ask those around you because you're a great person. I know you are. Even if you're the worst person on this planet, there's something great about you inside, and there's people around you who love you, who need you, and will think of great things to say about you as well. So ask if you don't know. But I want you to make a list of what your strengths are, and I want you to read them to yourself every morning. So it's a little reminder. You're working that self-acceptance muscle by reading these things to yourself. So I want you to read them daily. I don't want you to focus on your shortcomings and your weaknesses. Maybe you have a terrible temper. Maybe you just, spew hate everywhere you go. Hopefully not. I don't want you to focus on that. I want you to focus on what you are good at, what you are able to excel in, a skill that you have, maybe a feeling, an emotion like compassion or empathy that you experience. These are all strengths. So focus on that, not your shortcomings, and I want you to read that every morning. I also want you to be kind to yourself. You need to be kind to yourself. Now, it's a challenge, and I know because I've been depressed before myself, that when you're feeling unhappy or like the world is closing in on you, or like there's a big rock sitting on your chest, or you think the whole world is just like, this is the worst moment of your life, this is a terrible time period in your life, and everything's going awry, and that's happened to me before on more than one occasion. If you're gonna focus on that, it's even harder to be kind to yourself. You're gonna think, oh, I suck at this, or my life sucks in this way, or I don't have these things I wanted. So don't do that. I want you to love yourself and be kind to yourself, and not to think that that's a selfish thing. It's not selfish to love yourself. It is a necessity. And you know what? You can't love others around you to the full capacity if you don't start with yourself. You can love your kids, but if you hate yourself, you know what you're doing? You're rubbing that off on them, and they're going to grow up in that environment, and you may not even know. And when they grow up and they're an adult, they're going to feel bad about themselves, and they're not going to know why. Maybe you're going to put your kid in therapy because you haven't been able to be kind to yourself. So don't think that being kind to yourself is selfish. Think of it as a necessity, and think of that self-compassion. Think of you as a stranger. How would you treat a stranger? I'm sure you would treat a stranger better than the way a lot of you are treating yourselves. So think about that. Let that sit for a second. I want you to think of yourself as if you were a stranger that you have to be kind to. You have to show compassion towards. Love yourself, okay? Love yourself, and that includes your flaws. That includes your quirks. That includes things that you may have hated about yourself in middle school, but now you're an adult. So now you've got to love those things. So learn how to love them, accept them, love them. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you special. The next one is to fake it until you make it. It sounds cliche, and I have to tell you, when I was really upset, I was really depressed, I had a lot of family stuff going on, there was a lot of crazy stuff going on in my family, I hated the fake it till you make it thing. It made me angry. It made me feel like, you don't know anything about me. How dare you say fake it till I make it? I don't want to fake my life. I don't want to be fake. I want to be real. And the real me is the realistic me. I'm a realist. Well, I don't know about you, but being a realist and being a pessimist are different. A lot of people think they're the same thing. You can be an optimist, someone who thinks of things in a positive way, and be a realist at the same time. Just because you're being positive doesn't mean you're being dreamy and you're thinking about things that aren't really going to happen and your head's in the clouds. No, that's not how it goes. But if you're not at that point yet, you have to fake it. And I don't mean like put on a mask, wear some makeup, and pretend you're someone that you're not. But what I do mean is that once we start doing a routine again and again and again and again, and you just take it day by day, and you say to yourself, today I'm going to do something positive. Even if you don't feel like doing it and you actually do it, that's the faking it. Eventually, you're going to make it. Eventually, that is going to become a reality. Here's an example. You have a little child. They're constantly pooping in their diaper. Who likes to change children's poopy diapers? Not me. Sure, not you either. So if you do, you're a very special person. I hated changing dirty diapers for my children, right? I hated it, but we had to do it. I had to do it 5 times a day sometimes, 10 times a day sometimes, constantly doing it every single day. And because I was able to take care of my children in that way, my love for them grew deeper and deeper and deeper. So you do it every day, it becomes a routine, but the benefits that you get from doing that actually open you up to this amazing experience of motherhood. Now, if you're not a mother and you can't relate to this, then change it to a different scenario. Maybe you hate going to work. You hate going to work, but you actually love your job, right? You love the skills that you have that give you the ability to perform this job, but you actually hate going to work. Well, if you fake it and you go to work every day and you do your best and you think positively, eventually you're going to say, wow, I accomplished all this great stuff in my job. And maybe you'll get recognized at work. Maybe you get an award at work. Maybe, you get, someone will take you out to lunch. All these great things will happen because you put in the day to day. So you may not like the faking it. You may not like the day to day, but if all you have to think about is one day at a time, you wake up this morning and today I'm going to read my strengths and I'm going to be positive, even if I don't feel like it, but you do it anyway. And then the next morning you do it again. And the next morning you do it again. Come back to me in a month. You're going to start feeling like, oh, I have a lot of strengths. I feel really good about myself. So that's what I mean by fake it till you make it. I don't mean become a person that you're not, but I do mean that if there's the type of person you want to become, like a positive, happy person who accepts and loves themselves and they're not depressed all the time, then in order to get from here, where you're the opposite of that, you have to make that connection. And that connection is the day-to-day fake it until you make it. So don't think of it as like, I hate that. I can't fake it till I make it. Think of it more as a day-to-day routine that eventually will just become natural for you. Another thing to accept yourself is to help others. A lot of times, the most unhappy people are the best at helping other people. It's very interesting. You can think of Robin Williams, one of my favorite actors. I actually got to meet him once, which is amazing. And unfortunately, he ended his life way too soon. But before we knew that that was what was really going on in his mind, we thought of him as the funniest man. And he always makes people laugh and he always wants to help people. And so it's interesting when you help others and you see people laugh and you can make other people feel happy, it brings a sense of joy to yourself. So if you're feeling really down, take it outside of yourself. Once you're stuck inside of your head, you're thinking about all this negativity, it's really hard to get out. So I want you to get out. I want you to help others with your time, maybe give money, maybe make people laugh, whatever you have to do to make other people happy, that is going to have a ripple effect on you. So think about doing something like that, to just go outside of the box. And here's a great example. Let's say you and your family are fighting. You and your spouse are just like at each other all the time, constantly bickering, always fighting, and you can't stand it, right? And it just seems like it's never ending. But then you have a guest come over to your house. Someone's just coming over to have tea with you or to drop off a package or whatever. Isn't it interesting how all of a sudden, like, you're not fighting. We're on our best behaviors. We have a guest here. We can't act like lunatics. Our guest is here, right? So when the guest isn't here, you're inside yourself. You're in your little bubble of crazy mind games and all your negativity. But as soon as you take it outside of yourself, that guest comes into your area, all of a sudden we see things from a different perspective. We act and behave a different way. So that's what I mean about helping others. Take it outside of yourself because that's going to bring a lightheartedness to your area, to your peace bubble that you have, your little peace bubble. And when you take yourself outside to a bigger space, you're going to see things from a different perspective, and it's going to change everything. Another thing is to mourn the loss. To mourn the loss. Hey guys, thanks for giving me all the love. I appreciate it. To mourn the loss of your dreams that didn't play out. So if you are stuck on this idea, like, I want to get married. I want to have a lot of kids. I want to be a millionaire. I want to travel the world. Whatever that big dream or goal is that maybe you've had your whole life and it's just not happening for you for whatever reason, when you focus on that's not happening and that's not happening and that's not happening, you kind of feel drained and you feel like you suck. I suck. My life sucks. I hate myself and it just totally sucks. But if you can just mourn the loss of those dreams that didn't happen, mourn, grieve, okay, it didn't happen, and then let it go, you will be surprised that things will start happening in your favor because you're not focusing on what didn't happen, what should have happened, what could have happened. You're focusing on a clean slate and starting brand new. And that is a positive way to move through this world instead of thinking of all of the things that didn't happen the way you wanted them to happen. You don't get to decide the way things happen. You do get to dream. You do get to make big dreams and goals, and you do get to work towards them. But if you're at a point in your life where you've kind of just thrown up your hands and given up and be like, never gonna have kids. No, never gonna be a millionaire. Never gonna have that dream job. Well, then you're stuck in negativity. So you wanna make sure that you mourn the loss, let it go, and then start fresh and new today, because it's never too late to make a change. It's never too late to meet the person of your dreams. I know people who found the love of their lives in their 70s. Okay? It's never too late to start a new business. It's never too late to get a new career job. It's a new career or a job. It's never too late to start brand new. The only time it's too late is when you're dead, but you're not. You're alive. So you can start brand new whenever you decide that you're ready to do that. Another way to love yourself and self-accept is to stop being critical of yourself. If you are constantly criticizing yourself, how could you possibly see life in a positive way? How could you possibly achieve your dreams? How could you possibly love yourself? Imagine a small child and you're screaming at the child and you tell them all the reasons why they suck. You tell them all the things they're doing wrong. You're extremely critical of every single thing they do. Is that child going to have a positive inner voice and grow up and be like, oh, I'm amazing? Or are they going to have struggles and they're going to think, why does everyone say I suck? Why does everyone yell at me? Why does everyone hate me? So think of that. Don't do that to yourself. You wouldn't do it to a child. Don't do it to yourself. Don't be critical of yourself. Instead, what I want you to say is, I accept myself for who I am today and for what I am becoming. I am human and I am doing my best. I'm going to say it again. I wrote it down here because I thought of it and I didn't want to forget. I accept myself for who I am today and what I'm becoming. I am human and I am doing my best. And I say this to my children. They'll be like, they call me Ima. Ima, I need this. Ima, I need this. Ima, I need this. And some days it's too much. And I say, you know what? I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. I can't do any more right now in this moment. I'm human. I'm doing the best I can. I accept myself for who I am, and I accept myself for what I'm becoming, because who you are today is not who you are tomorrow. You have the ability to change. You have the ability to make changes in your life. You have the ability to be a completely different person. Think of who you are today and think of who you were 5 years ago. Is it the same person? Probably not. You have the ability to make a change. You have the ability to say, that thing I do all the time, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. I'm done doing that. So that's okay. It's okay. You're human. You have the ability to make changes. Accept yourself for who you are today, who you're becoming. You're doing your best. And I want you to forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself is really important, and I think it's one of the hardest things that we have to do. We have to forgive ourselves for doing things that you didn't want to do. Maybe things are haunting you from your childhood. Maybe things are haunting you from yesterday or last week. Or maybe you made a decision that you really wish you didn't make. Maybe you just feel like, I'm such a POS, piece of shit. How could I have done that? How did I do that? How could I have said that to that person? How could I have done that? And then you harp on that. And then you just think of all your shortcomings. So what I want you to do is forgive yourself, because I don't want you to dislike yourself for the things that you do. The things that you do don't define who you are. What they do define is who you were at that very moment. So what I want you to say instead is, I made the best decision with the resources that I had at the time, with the skills that I had at the time, with the life experience that I had at the time. And that's it. Forgive yourself. I forgive myself for making that really stupid decision, because at the time it felt like the right decision. And hindsight's 2020. We can't look 20 years ahead and say, oh, I'm not going to do this now because in 20 years that's what's going to happen. So when you get to that mark 20 years from now, what you can do is forgive your old self for making that really stupid decision. And then moving on. That's what forgiveness is. When you say I'm sorry to someone, you say, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I'm not going to do it again, or I'm going to try not to do it again. Do you forgive me? And that other person will say, wow, that's a really genuine apology. Yes, I forgive you. So do it to yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive your old self for the things that your old self did, that stupid stuff your old self did, because that's the only way you'll move forward. If you don't do that, it defines you for the rest of your life. And you are living in the shadow of the crappy thing that you did, however long ago it was. Let it go. Let it go. It doesn't matter. It's over. It's over. Forgive yourself and let's move on. And the last thing for self-acceptance is to keep growing. And what I mean by growing is keep learning. Keep opening your eyes up and being aware of what's around you, being aware of the people around you, being aware that the world is changing. The ideas that this world has is changing. We aren't the same society that we were 800 years ago. So when things are changing and ideas are changing, people are changing too. We're growing, we're learning. Be open-minded. Be more accepting of other people. Understand that everyone's different in this world. Keep learning, keep reading. I love reading. I love to read self-help books, personal development, business development. I enjoy reading fiction books as well. Just constantly open your mind. No matter how old you are. You can be 20, you could be 80. It doesn't matter. If you're still alive and you're still breathing, you're still here. So make the most of it. You're still growing. So constantly keep learning. When you're done learning, that's it. There's nothing else. Then you're stale. You're stagnant. You're exactly where you are and you can't go up and you can't go down. But if you're constantly learning, you can become a better person. You could be more understanding. You can open yourself to more opportunities, more experiences, more beautiful relationships with wonderful people. And you may even learn that you need to get rid of some of the people in your life who are toxic, who are mean, who are unsupportive, who don't like you. They happen to be related to you, or they happen to be in your life. They happen to be your neighbor for 20 years. If they don't like you, don't focus on that. Take yourself and move it in a positive direction because you are the most important thing in your life. Without you and without your life, everything you're experiencing around you does not exist. So keep growing. Keep learning about how to become a better person for yourself. And when you do that, you'll see that your relationships with other people get deeper. You're going to attract people into your life who you want to surround yourself with. So try to surround yourself with the people that you want to become. Not become, but be more like. Maybe someone you really admire is doing something amazing with their life. So surround yourself with them because then you're going to be able to follow a path that they already are one step ahead of you towards a successful life or a successful business or a successful career or whatever it is. So find people that are like the future self that you want to be, not the people in the past that, your crazy high school years. Find the people that make you happy. Find the people that support you in your decisions that you make. Find the people who love you unconditionally and surround yourself with them. And I don't mean romantically necessarily. It may be romantically, but it may just be the person at the grocery store who always asks, how are you? That's nice. It's nice to hang out with people who love you and who care about you and notice how you're feeling. So surround yourself with those people, keep growing. And I want to remind you one more time that next Tuesday, May 22nd at 8 p.m., I am hosting a live coaching session. I want you to register. I'm going to pop the link in here. It's at go.mycoachmeliss.com/live-webinar-reg, R-E-G. It's a 45-minute mindset breakthrough. And I'm going to teach you a lot about this type of stuff, how to open your eyes to different perspectives in life, to be more open and understanding, to have positive outcomes in your life. So please join. There's only 100 seats available on this live webinar. I'm going to pop the comments in here. If you have questions, comment below. I'm going to come back after the live and answer them all. Share this video with your friends, and I will see you next Tuesday for Push Positive Live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.